Okay, so let's start. So, guys, I was talking about like arrays. Okay, so what is array? So before that, I started in the pre-class video. I started with the variable. Okay, what is a variable? So variable is just a storage in which we can store data. Okay, just reviewing, just doing a revisit. And like if I'm talking about int a, so you know that like inside int a equal to 5. So like when I'm writing int a equal to 5, so you can see that I'm storing one value into a variable. Okay, but this is something like but like suppose what if I want to store five more values. The very common example which I can take is your roll number. Okay. So if I'm saying that roll one, okay, roll one can only store roll number like one value. But if I want to store more roll numbers, then in that case, what will happen? I will write a two equal to two and roll three. And instead of writing one, two, let's write it in a different way. So suppose I'm saying that it is 123. Okay. This is 124 int roll 3 and I need to write 125. But in this case, what is the problem? That like when you can see that like roll 1 equal to 123, roll 2 equal to 124. But if I need to store 100 more values, suppose there are 1000 students in the class, then in that case, I need to create that much number of roll numbers. ओके, कितना वेरिएबल मुझे बनाना पड़ेगा, कितने सारे रोल नंबर मुझे क्रिएट करने पड़ेंगे. दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम विद द वेरिएबल्स. ओके, variables are good. Okay, there is no doubt about it. But the problem here is like when I want to store like these many information, suppose I want to store names, like the information of like the names of 1000 customers, then in that case the problem is I need to create the name variables 1000 times. So that is the main issue. So we need something else, okay, here, because that is actually creating a problem. Because if I started creating these roll numbers, that will be a lot of variables. So for that, to easy access, to easily like create, to handle those kind of things, so we have something known as arrays. Okay, so we have something known as arrays. So basically, what we used to call array is a contiguous chunk of memory. Array is a contiguous chunk of memory. Array is a contiguous chunk of memory. Okay, that can store multiple values. That can store multiple values. Now, if I want to declare an array, okay, how can I do it? So suppose if I want to declare a variable, I will write int x. But if I want to declare an array like with this name, then how will I do it? So I will write int and then this is the bracket sign and then I'll write the name x. So here I'm creating the x array and new int, okay, and int 5. So basically, if I explain you this line, what this line is actually saying, simple bhasha mein, if I just explain you this line in a simple manner, so what it is saying is, when you are writing this thing, int array x. So basically, what you are saying is you are actually declaring a array variable. So what this statement is saying, imagine that आपको एक room चाहिए, you want a flat, okay, in some place. Okay, suppose you are living in Mumbai and you are looking for an apartment. So when you are writing this, so what you are saying is you are declaring that कि भाई मुझे apartment चाहिए. Okay, so you can say that this is the kind of a declaration. Declaration. Suppose you put this information in a newspaper, and now you are rolling it out, and now everyone knows that you need an apartment. But this is the declaration statement. But when you are writing this new and int, so when you are writing new int, so basically what is happening, like यहाँ पे तो basically when you have written only this statement, this is just a declaration. But when you are writing this statement new and with this int 5, so इसका मतलब कि room मिल गया. You got the space. Okay, you got the space and having a size of 5. So मान लो 5 कमरे चाहिए थे. So basically, this is the same thing happening in the memory. So when basically we used to write things in this manner, so we are actually declaring a array variable. So we are telling to our, you can say that our memory that this is my declaration for an like array for an array variable. Now, if you are writing this thing, then what you are doing is you are actually demanding a space into memory. With a new operator, what you can do is whenever you want some memory from the RAM, जब भी आपको memory चाहिए होती है RAM, क्योंकि everything used to store in RAM. So when you are asking for the memory, so you need to use this new keyword. जैसे दरवाजा खोलने के लिए खुल जा सिम होता है ना, वैसे मेमोरी रैम से मांगने के लिए नहीं होता है. ठीक है. So if you want some memory from the RAM or like use in Java, so we have something known as new. And when you are writing int and 5, so basically here you are asking for the space, how many blocks, how many space you want. So you are saying that I want 5. So basically, so there are two ways how you can write it. So एक direct way है लिखने का, वो ये है, like when you are writing in this way, equal to new int 5. The another way of writing this is, what you can do is you can write int array, and then what you can do is you can put a semicolon. Now in next line I am writing array equal to new int 5. So यहाँ पे मैंने तोड़ के लिखा है. Okay, so this is the one way or this is another way. Okay, so the direct way is this one, direct way is this one. So here in this one, I'm asking for the space, and I'm asking for the five blocks. So this is something like in arrays. Now I'll just show you how we can. But remember one thing, there is also another way of creating an array, okay, which we will be using right now. अभी हम इन ways को use नहीं करेंगे. The another way we will be using is int array equal to new int, and here I'm not putting and I'm not declaring and not giving any memory to it. I'm not asking for anything. Instead of it, what you need to do is आपको यहाँ पे curly braces लगाने हैं, and then you need to directly place your element 2, 3, 4, 5. So what will happen? Automatically array will create a like this kind of block which is containing all the element 2, 3, 4, 5. When I'm writing this thing in this way, so basically what is happening is when I'm writing things in this way, so in this case हमारे memory में क्या होगा? It will create a memory of 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, right now, you can see that each one of is containing 0 value. Okay, each one of it is containing 0 value. But if I want to declare an array in that way, so that like it will contain numbers, so you can use this way. So basically we will be using this way a lot right now. Okay, later we will see this way, where we will be inserting some value into it. But right now, let's focus only in this part. So now if I come to create REPL, Java, arrays, अब यहाँ पे try to understand one thing. अब यहाँ पे ना I want to tell you one thing कि when I'm writing this thing, when I'm writing this statement, when I'm writing this statement, so basically this will create an array. And what is array? Something like this. It will create an array, something like this. And there will be 4 blocks. And inside it, you can write 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember, these are the values. And this is something known as index. Index basically means positions. So using these index, so this is a position 0. And always remember that like the first index will be 0 index. 1, 2, and 3. So this is 0th index, 1 index, so we call it index. हम इनको इंडेक्स बुलाते हैं. जैसे आपके घर का पता होता है ना, वैसे ही एरे का इंडेक्स होता है. Using this array index, we can access the values. Okay. So this is the thing. So if I just show you, like if I'm creating a, if I am creating this thing, int array equals to new int and empty brackets, and then I'm putting some values 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Now after doing this, what I will do is like after doing this int array equal to new int, and so this is the way how what we are doing is we are actually storing 4 values. Now if I want to print any of the value, then how can I access it? If I want to access any of the value, then what I can do is, what I need to do is, I need to write array of, so basically array and this bracket. So this is known as array of. So you can call it as array of. But यहाँ पे हम बोलेंगे not array of, arr of. Arr of. Okay, because this is the name of the variable. And now here you can put any index, whatever value you want. If you want first this value, you just need to put one index. If you want this value, then you will put this index. So based upon your index value, you can print that part. Now here you can see that, like if I want to print array of 0, then I will write this and I'll copy it, paste here, paste here, paste here, paste here. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And now if I write Java main.java. So using this, what will happen? All the value will get printed. So what are all the values? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Similarly, I can also create a string. String. Okay. So basically I can create a string, basically string data type, string name, and equal to, I'm writing new string, and this is empty bracket, and यहाँ पे मोनू सोनू सोनू and Bablu. Okay, so basically I created this thing. Now what I'll do is, if I'm writing this thing, so I'll print this, and here I'll write name of 0, name of 0, and so name of 0, 1, 2, and 3. So if I run this, so you will see that like this is actually will create all this thing. And remember one thing, why I'm actually storing only integer, you cannot store here hello. Okay, because when I'm writing int, so what we are saying is we will be putting only the integer values. Okay, will not be putting any string values. So when you are creating string array, so here you will be storing string values. So that is very important. Okay, now now your task is just quickly do this task. Your task is create an array of vegetables. Create an array of vegetables. And second thing is store 3 vegetables inside it. आपको 3 vegetables डालनी है उसमें. And print all the vegetables. Print all the vegetables using array. Using array. Now quickly do this task. Create an array of vegetables, store 3 vegetables inside it, print all the vegetables using array. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . You have 2 minutes. Quickly solve this question. Okay, nice, Sunny, Soman, Jyotsna, Rahul. Okay, Abhishek, it's nice. Guys, others also, please quickly. Just others, it's good. It's good, Bharti. It's good, Ritika. Yeah. Okay. ठीक है. Yes, nice, Badal. Badal, Aniket. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. So if I want to write in this way, then what I'll do is problem one dot Java. So if I want to create the variable, so there are two ways. Okay. So what are those two ways? So first, let's see the first way. I need to create tomato, onion, brinjal. Okay. So I put three vegetables here. And now what I'm doing is I need to print it. So this is the first way. So this is my problem one. Java problem one dot Java. Okay, so I got my three vegetables. Now the another way of doing this is what I can do is I'll copy this, paste here, and second way. So here what I will do is I'll remove all this and I'm saying that I want to store three vegetables. So here I'm declaring three. Okay, so this I call as name one, and this I call it name, only name. Now I need to store few values inside this name because right now there are no values inside it. Okay, so if I just execute this code, let's see what will be the output for this one. So now you can see that by default value of this one is null. Null means there is nothing. Okay, null means there is nothing. So if I want to store a few values inside it, then what I'll do, I'll write name of 0 equals to tomato. Name of 1 equals to onion. Name of 2 equals to. So this is how we can basically store the like these three vegetables. So it is actually in a repeated form. So first three is actually getting printed by this one, and this is another way. Okay. Okay, so now let's come to the next one. So if I ask you, like if there is an array and we need to we need an length of the array. Okay. So if I need the length of an array, if I copy it and if I put problem2.java and if I need an length, so in that case, what I will do is suppose if I remove this and if I want the length only. So for that, we have something known as dot length. So what you need to do is name one dot and you just need to write length. And in that case, what will happen? You know that like what is the size of this array? So there it is containing three elements. Okay. So since it is containing three elements, it will say that okay, so here the length of this one is 3. Sorry, problem 2. So if I execute this code, now in that case, it will tell me this is 3. Why 3? Because the number of elements stored in this array is actually 3. So that's why. Now let's come to the next thing. Now I have also discussed one more thing in the video is like what if you know that like suppose if I have an array, मेरे पास array है and this array is containing few elements. Okay, this array is containing few elements 5, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Now the point here is ki if I want to print the last element, so this is my index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you know that what is the length? What is the length of the arrays? The length of the array is total number of element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So length is 5. Now if I want to print the last element, so last element this. So if the last element is this, then in that case, what I will do is I will just write SOP system.out.println array of 4. So this is the last element. But what if I increase the array element? अगर मैंने array element को increase कर दिया, then in that case, what is the issue? So if I again write system.out.println array of 4, then again it will print the same thing. Again, it will print the 14. But this is not the last element. So this is not a you can say that this is not a generic code. So I'll just show you. So if I copy this problem3.java, paste here, and problem 3, if I write here is, and now you can see that this is my array of 4. And if I remove everything, and you know that like the fourth is the last element. Fourth is the last element. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth is the last element. So if I print it, then in that case, it will give me the output. But the thing is कि अगर मैं इसको जावा लिखूं, problem 3 लिखूं dot java. Now if I execute this code, now you know that it is giving me the last element. But the problem here is like if I add more element to it, then in that case, it will give me the same output 9. But remember one thing, now 9 is not the last element. Okay, now 11 is the last element. So that means this code is not a generic code. Okay, in that case, I need to change it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to change every time whenever I'm adding the elements. So for that, how can I find the last index? If I want to find the last index, so the last index formula is direct, that I need to just write whatever the array is, array dot length minus 1. Okay. So you know that like if my length is 5, here in this case, the length is 7. So what is my last index? Last index is 6. So it is something like 7 minus 1. So if I want to make this code generic, I will write array dot length, array dot length minus 1. And here instead of 6, I will write last index. So automatically the last index will come inside. So now you can see that 11. Even if I add more element to it, still I'll get the same out. Still I'll get the last element. So basically this is how we can get the last index. So now let's come to the next concept. So the next concept is looping. Okay, if I want to loop in this array. So अगर मुझे loop चलाना है, so you already know that like if I want to print all this thing. So one way of printing all these elements is I need to write the print statement separately. But instead I can also run a loop. Because here you can see this, यहाँ पे आप देखो, क्योंकि in problem 1 from main.java you can see that I have written like if I want to print it, so I need to write in this way. Now just observe one thing. If I want to print something, so this is something, it is going sequentially 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in place of this, I can also run a loop. And since this is the only value which is changing at this point, so I can control this value using I. मैं इसको I value से basically control कर सकता हूँ. So now first we need to figure out if I want to run a loop, from where I need to start. What is the starting point? So starting point, you know that like it is 0. What is the ending point? The last point is actually 6. So basically I will run my loop from start to last. Okay. And if I'm running my loop from start to last, so in that case, how will I do it? So I'll write for int I equal to 0, I less than, and you know that I less than equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically I need to run my loop till last. I need to run my loop till last. Okay, either I can write directly manually I less than equal to 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But remember one thing, I value will start from 0 and it will go till, because here we are starting our counting from 0, no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this case, I can write 8 and I plus plus. So if I write system.out.println, and I can print array of I, because this array of I will keep on changing. And if I execute this, now let's see what will happen. All the values will get printed automatically. Okay. But now in this one, it is actually giving me an array, and it is the array is array index out of bounds. Why? Let's see. Why? Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So last index is going till 7 only, but I have run my loop till 8. So this is not a right thing. Okay, if I'm putting this thing manually. So what I can do is, I know that you already know that कि in the last program हमने ये सीखा कि last index कैसे निकालते हैं. So it is something like array dot length minus 1. So if you just put directly this, and in this case, if you just write last index, and uh, and if you execute it, now I'm getting my whole output till 120. So this is the main thing. So guys, till this point, I think we have already seen in the like pre-class also, and here like you like I have taken this thing again. अब इसमें एक चीज और I just want to tell you, like suppose problem 5.java. Suppose there is an array, and if you want to update any element, if you want to update any position, then what you can do is you can directly write array of that position. So if I want to update the second value, so I want to update the second value with 4,000. Okay. So in this case, what will happen? Like if I just print it, system.out.println. Now, if I print it, then array of 2. So let's see what will happen. Problem 4.java. Now you can see that. One second. Okay, here I'm executing the wrong code. This is problem 5. And instead of this, what I'll do, I'll instead of printing one value, let's print all the elements. Okay, now this is problem 5. Let's see what will happen after executing this code. Now you can see that this value is becoming 4,000. Getting it? Everyone understood? या जोसना, कहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन?
सर जैसे हमने एरे 2 की पोजीशन हमने दी 4000.
हेलो.
हेलो
हाँ हाँ, बताओ.
सर, हमने एरे 2 की पोजीशन 4000 दी, तो फिर हमने लास्ट इंडेक्स को क्यों इनपुट किया है इसमें?
2000 कौन सी दी हमने? सॉरी.
सॉरी 4000, नॉट 2000, 4000.
ओके,
Then why
देखो
we
इस.
put last index in this? Why we need this?
ओके ओके, ठीक है. सो बेसिकली फर्स्ट ट्राई टू, अभी आप म्यूट मत करना, ठीक है. सो हेयर यहाँ पे व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज, हेयर आई वांट टू अपडेट दिस वैल्यू एंड एरे ऑफ 2. व्हाट इज एरे ऑफ 2? 0, 1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what it is doing is, in array of 2, it is replacing with the 4,000.
Yes.
Okay. Now when I'm coming to this point, so what we are doing is, अब मुझे ना इसमें ना गाड़ी चलानी है, मतलब आई वांट टू प्रिंट ऑल द एलिमेंट्स. सो यू नो दैट लाइक अगर मुझे लूप चलाना है, आई नीड टू थिंग्स. व्हाट इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट एंड व्हाट इज द एंडिंग पॉइंट. स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट आई नो लाइक 0, वो डिफाइंड है, ठीक है, क्योंकि 0 से ही चलूंगा मैं. बट लास्ट पॉइंट इज नॉट डिफाइंड. So last point, what I'm doing is I'm just applying my smartness, and I'm writing array dot length, because array dot length मुझे सीधा बोल देगा ये 8 का है. And when I'm writing -1, तो I know that like last index अगर 0 से counting start हो रही है, if counting starting from 0, obviously the last will not be the 8th position. Okay, the last will be the 7th one. एंड इफ यू आस्क मी द लेंथ, अगर आप मुझसे लेंथ पूछो तो लेंथ मैं बोलूंगा इसकी 8 है। बट अगर आप मुझसे पूछो स्टार्टिंग और एंडिंग पॉइंट का, देन इन दैट केस आई विल से स्टार्टिंग 0, एंडिंग इज 7। देन यू कैन आस्क मी यार why 7? I'm saying na because I'm starting from 0, that's why it's ending. So that's why I am able to figure out that last index is 7. And now I'm running my loop from I equal to 0 to last index 7. Now what will happen, this I equal to 0 के लिए this array of 0 will get printed, I equal to 1 के लिए array of 1 will get printed, I equal to 2 के लिए array of 2 will get printed. Okay, and now this is array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, and till when this loop will run, this loop will run I less than equal to, that means last index value is 7. So जब I equal to 7 होगा, then it will print array of 7. Okay, ठीक है, okay, ठीक है, thank you. So basically this is all about like ये array के बारे में. So guys, I hope you everyone understood this. So Praveen is asking, we can update anytime or any place? Yes. So I'm just in the next problem, I'm just showing you like how we can do this thing. And one second. So basically what I'll do is I'm copying this code. And now what I can do is just I'm playing around with this code. Okay. So guys, this is very important. Like if you play around with the code, then you will understand a lot of things. अब देखो जैसे मैं क्या करना चाहता हूँ, what I'm doing here is, since I'm running this loop, okay, now what I want is, मैं क्या करूंगा, array of I, so basically मैं इस कोड को ना अलग रखता हूँ, I'll keep this code like separate, because why, this code, what this code is doing, printing all the elements. Okay, what this code is doing, printing all the elements. So मैं इस कोड्स को नहीं छोड़ता हूँ, क्योंकि हमेशा at every point I want to see the output, I want to see the complete output. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll copy this code again. मैं इस कोड को ऊपर कॉपी कर लेता हूँ, क्योंकि I want to do some changes. And now what I want is, मैं क्या चाहता हूँ कि मेरे array के सारे एलिमेंट, every element of my array should be equal to, like it will become 3000. So when I'm writing this thing now, so what it will do is, what is I of 0? I 0, 2. So it will replace this array of I with 3000. It will go to the next value. It will replace it with the 3000. So let's see. I don't need this thing. मेरे को इसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, क्योंकि मैं दो बार लास्ट इंडेक्स बना रहा हूँ ना, तो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज शोइंग मी एरर, डुप्लीकेट लोकल वेरिएबल लास्ट इंडेक्स. सो I should remove this. Okay, otherwise it will give me an error. So now I'll write java problem 6.java, and if I execute this code, let's see what will happen. So you can see that all the elements become 3000. Why? Because I'm multiplying 3000 with it. Okay. Now, if I, instead of 3000, if I write 0, now let's see what will happen. So it is giving me all the 0, because it has replaced all the elements with 0. Now, another trick I want to play, is, I'm saying if my I is equal to 2, then in that case, print, in that case, array of I should be equal to 3000. So what I'm doing here is, I'm creating a if condition. I'm saying that agar I 2 hua, whenever I will reach to the second position, when I value will be 2, so this will be the array index 2. And in that case, put array of I equal to 3000. So if I run this, let's see what will happen. So you can see that only one value will become 3000. Why? Because I'm writing I equal to. Now I can also put or sign. I equal to 5. So basically, with this value, the fifth index also, I want this index also equal to 5. Getting it, everyone? So basically here what I'm doing, I'm putting a condition. Now I want to show you some very interesting thing with a real world problem statement. Imagine करो, ये जो सारे हैं ना, ये these are the marks these are the marks of the students. ये students के marks हैं जो उनको मिले हुए हैं. Okay, they पहले student के marks हैं, second student marks, third student marks, and suppose the subject is physics, imagine that, or mathematics. Now what happened? Teacher did a mistake. Teacher ने एक mistake कर दी. That like there was one question which like there was one question which was having some error. Okay, now teacher declared this thing. Students, since there was some issue with that problem, so what I am doing is I am giving you 5 marks to everyone. मैं सबको 5-5 marks दे रही हूँ. ठीक है, एंड जितने भी आपके मार्क्स हैं सब में 5-5 मार्क्स ऐड हो जाएंगे. सो व्हाट आई नीड टू डू इज आई नीड टू राइट एरे ऑफ आई इक्वल्स टू जितने आपके करंट मार्क्स हैं एरे ऑफ आई प्लस उसमें आई एम एडिंग 5 मार्क्स. ओके, so basically, and with that what will happen if I run this code, then you will see that in each of these marks 5 marks will get added. तो जब आपको डिस्काउंट मिलता है, लाइक व्हेन यू आर इन Amazon and when you are getting discount, then how they used to apply for each of the customer. So this is the way, this is how they use loops, and every information is actually stored in the arrays. And when you are applying these kind of conditions, so basically this is also possible that teacher will say that कि okay, जो जिनके भी स्टूडेंट जिनके भी रोल नंबर जिनके भी मार्क्स 4 हैं, whoever is actually getting score less than equal to 8. Okay, so basically here what I want to see is कि जिनके भी marks less than 8 हैं, for those student I want to add some grace marks. Okay, so just tell me one thing. I want like, can anyone answer me this question? Like if I want to increase the marks of those students who are getting 8 or less than equal to 8. Guys, tell me who can answer this question. Please raise your hand. If I want to basically increase those student marks by 5, like who is having, who are getting 8 marks or less than 8, less than equal to 8. Yes, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.
So we have to put like ARRI.
Okay.
And
ARR
if-
of I.
Yeah. If the ARRI is less than equals to 8,
Okay.
then we have to add them like the mask.
We
Like
have to.
ARRI equals to ARRI plus the marks, whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if I execute this, let's see. Okay, so this is nice. Okay, so in each of these scores, you can see that 5 marks has got added till this one. And after that, 9, 10, 11, 120 was remains same. Abhishek, if I ask you, can you explain me this code, like so that other will understand, like why we have done array of I, why we haven't write I, हमने I क्यों नहीं लिखा?
Okay. So basically when we write down the I, so I is the indexing. So it will only go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. If we put, we want to target a element, whichever element present inside the array. That's why we have put it ARRI. So let's suppose I is 0. So now ARRI 0 is the value, first one, like 2. So
Right.
it is 2 is a less than equals to 8. Yes, it is true. So we will add that value inside them.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, thanks Abhishek.
Thanks.
So guys, मैं इस बात से सिर्फ आपको ये बोलना चाहता हूँ कि आपको अमरूद चाहिए, अमरूद का बक्सा चाहिए. बेसिकली हमें वैल्यू से मतलब है. Here we concerned about the value, okay? Because we need to do the updation like in the value actually, okay? By looking at the value, I don't need to care about the index. So index is a different thing and value is the different thing. जब आप मुझसे पूछते हो बक्सा नंबर 3, so that is the index. And when you are saying that बक्सा नंबर 3 के अंदर 10 अमरूद हैं, so 10 is the value. Okay, so these two things are different and take it differently because this is the one thing which actually create confusion. So here what I am saying that if any value is less than equal to 8, which Abhishek explained, if any value is less than equal to 8, so for that we need to increase the value. Okay. And if you are writing I less than equal to 8, so basically here what we are saying is whatever value of I whose index value is less than equal to 8. तो यहाँ पे 8 से छोटा कौन है? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. ये सारे 8 से छोटे हैं. And even if you are writing 3, so those indexes values, like index value 0 से लेके 3 तक की value पे automatically these 5 value will get added. But if I am writing array of I basically means those which having value less than equal to 3 in that particular index, the value will get updated by 5. Okay, getting it, everyone? So there is a difference between index and a value. Okay, so now you can apply any you can apply any condition, anything inside it. Okay, and you can manipulate things. It totally depends upon like what is the condition which you want to consider. So this is something like how you can print things. And remember one thing, if I just copy this code and if I write problem7.java and paste here. So आप ये ध्यान रखो, like if you are running a loop and suppose like I have written here 100, मैंने यहाँ पे 100 लिखा, but you already know that like there are no 100 index. It is not containing that many elements. And if you try to, अगर आपने बाउंड्री क्रॉस करने की कोशिश करी, अगर आपने डोंकी रूट लेने की कोशिश करी, तो आपके साथ क्या होगा? Okay, so let's see. So basically the error will come, okay, because you are actually trying to like cross the boundary. So why? That's why it is giving an exception, index 8 out of bound for length 8. Okay, so you are trying to मतलब आप ऐसे लोकेशन को एक्सेस करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो which is restricted. And why this thing is actually giving you an error? Because जब आपने जब आपने RAM से बात करी थी, because I have written this program, so we have written this statement. And this statement, what this statement is doing is, this statement is requesting the RAM कि please give me some space to store all this number. ठीक है? But and जब आपने प्रिंट करने के लिए गए, तो जब प्रिंट करने गए तो आपने बेसिकली जो स्पेस आपने विच यू आस्क्ड फ्रॉम द रैम, आप उससे बाहर निकलने की कोशिश करें. ये वही वाली बात हो गई. पहले ब्रिटिशर इंडिया में आए, दे आस्क फॉर सम स्पेस, ठीक है, फिर उस स्पेस के बाहर के स्पेस को भी एक्सेस करना शुरू कर दिया, बट किसी ने रोका नहीं. एंड दैट वेयर द प्रॉब्लम एक्चुअली स्टार्टेड. एंड दिस इज द थिंग, बट जावा इज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट. जावा ने अपने हमारे पास से सीख लिया है. And Java knows that whenever you are trying to access that space which is not allowed to you, then in that case I will give you error. Okay, so that is the main thing. Now let's see the next topic, how to add elements to space. Okay, now if I want to add elements in an array, how to add element in an array. So guys, एक very important thing, one important thing which I want to explain you is, like imagine that like this is the code. Okay, this is the code. If you want to insert something into an array, this is not a straightforward thing. Insert basically means, what I'm saying is कि suppose if I have done some operation, इसके बाद मैंने कुछ operation करे. Imagine that like if I copy this code, and now you know that like here I have done some kind of operation. Now after this, what if I want to include more elements into this array? What if I want to include more element to this array? Like after 120, I want to include 130, 140. You can ask me कि यार यहीं पे directly add कर दो 130 148 डाल दो, but I am saying I don't want to do this like in the initial point. I want to do this thing in between. Then how can I do it? Basically in between basically means I, you know that like already operation is started, and after that I want to add more elements. If I want to add more elements, so there is a property of an array. तो array की property क्या होती है? Like once you declared an array, एक बार आपने घर बना लिया, उसके बाद उस घर के साइज को आप नहीं इंक्रीज कर सकते. Okay, so there is no way you can insert elements into this array once you have declared it. एक बार आपने declare कर दिया, then it is not allowed to basically you can basically like insert elements into this one. So basically what we need to do is, तो हम array में basically how we used to do the insertion, then हम array में insert कैसे करेंगे? So इसके लिए suppose imagine that like this is an array which you already have 2 6 8 9. Now this array is actually containing 4 elements. This array is containing 4 elements. Now if you want to do the insertion, अगर आप इसमें insertion करना चाहते हो, if you want to insert elements into this array, then in that case आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? First you need to create a new array of having a larger space. ठीक है, एंड देन आप उन सारे एलिमेंट्स को यहां पे मूव कर दो 2 6 8 and 9. And after moving all those elements to this one, now you can add your more new elements. So this thing is very similar. Like suppose you are living in a room, okay, and you have a house, and now you are saying that my space is not sufficient. And in that case, what you are saying is, we need to move to the, basically we have now more people, and आपको पता है वो सेम घर में नहीं रह सकते. Now you have only one option. Okay, एक नई जगह ढूंढो, नई जगह घर बनाओ, and जो पहले के लोग हैं वो तो रहेंगे ही, then you can also add new people. So this is the only way in which you can add things into an array. Okay, ये थोड़ा longer step होता है, but if you go to other programming language like Python and Java, Python or JavaScript, there are some functions or method which they provide, in which using that you can directly insert elements into an array. वहाँ पे you don't need to do all these kind of thing. वहाँ पे आपको ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. But internally, like in the backend, that programming language is also doing the same thing. वो सारी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज पीछे यही कर रही होती हैं, but it's something like they are actually making your task easier by providing you the function. Java also provided those functions, but that we will learn later. But right now we are learning all these fundamental. And now for those students who are from data analytics, like since you will be learning Python, okay, ये छोटी छोटी चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट होती हैं, बिकॉज ये चीजें अगर छुप गई ना, then you won't be able to understand the programming fundamentals. This is the base of programming. That's why like we are learning Java. Okay, otherwise ये सारी चीजें हम आपको डिटेलिंग नहीं पढ़ा रहे होते. If you are doing a Python course, then you don't need to do all this kind of thing, because Python is providing direct function to it to you. But in the backend, Python is actually doing the same thing. So that is why we are able to see the whole picture. We are able to see the clear picture. Now let's suppose, if I just say कि suppose if I have an array, and now this is my array, and I want to, and this array is actually containing only these elements 2 4 6 8. Now I know that I cannot basically insert, like suppose if I want to insert 4 more elements into this one, then the only way is, what I need to do is I need to create a new array. Okay, I need to create a new array, and in this new array I will declare the space. Suppose I'm declaring the like, because I need to declare a larger space now. I know that I need to store more elements. So suppose you can see that like here this is 4, and suppose I want to add 4 more elements, so I can also write 8. Okay, ठीक है, अपने हिसाब से थोड़ा ज्यादा ही लेके चलते हैं. Now after that, what I need to do is I need to move all these elements into this array. then how can I do it? So the one way of doing it is like I can write new array of 0 equal to array of 0. New array of 1 equal to array of 1. New array of 2 equal to array of 2. New array of 3 equals to array of 3. But this is a painful process because here I'm keep on repeating this thing. What if suppose there are 100 elements? So I cannot write all this thing like that many number of times. Now again, observe here one thing. These statements are same. Only these values are changing. So that means we can use a loop. Okay. So this is the sign that we can use a loop here because only these numbers are changing. Now from where to where I need to run the loop, I need to start my loop from 0. Until where it will goes, it will go to the last index. So instead of doing this, writing this statement, what I will do is I will write int I equal to 0, I less than equals to, I'll directly write array dot length. तो देखो मुझे लूप कहाँ तक चलाना है. Now you know that like मेरा जो न्यू एरिया है, मेरा जो नया घर है, basically it is actually containing 10 free spaces, but my old house is actually containing 4 people. But right now in this step what I am doing is moving the elements from older array to new array. तो जब मैं पुराने घर से लोग लेके आ रहा हूँ तो उसमें मेरा काम क्या है, पुराने लोगों पे ध्यान देना ना. तो इसलिए आई विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन द लेंथ ऑफ दिस एरे ओनली because I need to move all these elements na. So I'll write array dot length and -1. So this is actually my last index, and now here I'll do I plus plus. Now after writing this, what I will do is I'll write the same line. I'll write the same, but instead of this 0 I will write I and I. So what will happen? सारे लोग एक एक करके न्यू एरे में मूव हो जाएंगे. Getting it? So now after moving this thing, so I don't need this line. I don't need these statements. मुझे ये सब नहीं चाहिए. Now after doing this, what I need to do is you already know this thing कि my how many element it is already containing, like this new array. If I just print this new array, let's see. And instead of last index, I will write new array dot length -1. So if I execute this code, let's see. Let's see what will be the. Now you can see that 2, 4, 6, 8 is added, but all the remaining values are 0 because I declared as the size of 10 ना. मैंने 10 का size declare किया था. Now if you want to add more element to it, so in that case what I will do, new array, and I want to add to this 5th index, 6th index or 7th index because there are new members in the family na. So I'll write 5 and the value will be suppose 20. New array of 6, and suppose the value here which I want to insert is 30. So 2 new members, I have moved it here, and now in that case what I will do is, let's see. So now you can see that, okay, I should write here 4 and 5. Now you can see that like all the elements and the new elements and the remaining extra space जो मैंने सिर्फ अपने best case के लिए ले लिया कि हो सकता है आगे जरूरत पड़े. Okay, so this is how whenever you want to add new elements in an array, this is the thing which you need to do every time. Every time you need to create a new array, and you need to move all the elements from the previous array to this one, and then you can add new thing. But यहाँ पे there is one problem. Okay, so the problem here is कि what if like in this case what we were doing is, you can see that like here we were adding the element at the last. हम यहाँ पे element last में add कर रहे थे. But अगर what if अगर हमें कोई element बीच में add करना पड़े, like after 2 6, so that is the main challenge. So that is the main challenge. 2 6 8 9, and suppose I want to make this array something like this: 2 6 7 8 9. This case में how like we will be going to solve this problem? ठीक है. So yes, Subhashri.
Sir, actually, can you explain the once again the new array creation?
अच्छा आप
I
बताओ
don't
कहाँ पे समझ,
understand.
अच्छा पहले बताओ आपको कहाँ समझ नहीं आया.
That like after writing new array, after that I can't understand.
अच्छा आप ही मुझे एक्सप्लेन करो बेसिकली कि यहाँ पे मैं व्हाट आई एम डूइंग. अगर जहाँ पे आप अटकोगे देन आई विल हेल्प यू ना. जस्ट ट्राई
Sir, I
इट
can't
लाइक.
like how
आप
I
पढ़ो तो सही.
take only arrays.
नहीं नहीं, व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज वट एवर योर प्रीवियस नॉलेज वर ना, जो भी आपकी पुरानी नॉलेज थी
Yeah.
basically of loops and all, you just need to apply here. Just think what we are doing here. Just think मतलब अभी यहाँ पे.
So here we are using for loop.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
first I starting from 0 and I is less than equal to array dot length minus 1, which is the
Okay.
last index.
Okay. Right. Mm-hmm.
Then I plus
And
plus. Then after that we print a new array is equal to array I.
array I. So what will be the value of I?
It will increase.
Okay. So initially it will be 0.
Yes.
So array of 0 new array के अंदर आ जाएगा.
Yeah.
array
Yeah.
of 1 new array 1 के अंदर आ जाएगा.
Yes.
array 2 की वैल्यू न्यू array 2 के अंदर आ जाएगी. array 3 की वैल्यू न्यू array 3 के अंदर आ जाएगी. डन.
Yes.
पुराने मेहमान चले गए नए घर में.
Yes.
नाउ वी आर एडिंग टू, हमारे जो दो नए मेहमान हैं, आई एम आल्सो एडिंग इट.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 5.
And then I'm printing all the array. Getting it?
So, new array for adding new array here length 10 minus 1. Sir, can you explain these things once again? Like new array declaration I understand, but adding
हाँ
new array.
हाँ, नहीं देखो ना, मैं वही कह रहा हूँ. पता है क्यों? Why I am actually trying to ask question to you is so that उससे होगा क्या, you will also understand कि okay कहाँ पे चीजें फंस रही हैं. अब now you are confused with this thing.
No, I understand. 10 is the size, or no, you can say the.
सही बात है. हाँ, अब ये इसमें कंफ्यूजन है.
Yes, yes, yes.
क्या कंफ्यूजन? देखो ना, ये यही तो कर रहा है जो ये हो रहा है. 2 वैल्यू है, 2 इसके अंदर आ जाएगी. 4 से 4 इसमें आ जाएगी. 6 है इसमें आ जाएगा. 8 है इसमें आ जाएगा. न्यू एरे आपका घर तैयार. मतलब इसमें
4
ऐसा
के
क्या है, मतलब व्हाट इज
4 की
द थिंग
जगह
जो यहाँ पे कंफ्यूज
25.
है.
नहीं सर, ओके ओके, मेरे को डाउट था ये कि हाँ सर. हाँ.
ओके ठीक है. सो बेसिकली व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज थोड़ा यू इफ यू विजुअलाइज थिंग ना, तो वो जल्दी से हो जाता है. दैट्स व्हाई आई वाज आस्किंग क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, बट यू अंडरस्टूड ना.
Yes, 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 sir.
ठीक है. So guys, that this was the thing. But the problem here is कि I was saying कि you need to if you need to insert something, if you need to insert something in between, then what you will do? Okay, अगर आपको insert बीच में करना है. So yes, Arijit.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Sir,
Yes.
my question is why it's showing zero and why it is not showing dull at that basically at that when we are
अच्छा,
null. Oh,
देखो
sorry,
यार.
null. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. देखो, in terms of numbers ना, when you are declaring integer, in case of integer it will show you zero. And null is something like this is for string. Okay, because in case of
अच्छा.
string we cannot show zero. In case of string we cannot show zero ना, क्योंकि zero string के अंदर आता ही नहीं है. So that's why.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. That's it, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Abhishek.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, on number 14, sir, line number 14.
हाँ हाँ.
सर उसमें जो हम लोग सर न्यू एरे सर हम लोग ऐड कर रहे हैं,
हम्म.
तो सर मैं ये समझ गया नंबर 4 पे 20 आया, नंबर 5 पे जो है सर 30 वैल्यू है, तो सर इसको हम प्रिंट कर रहे हैं,
हम्म.
तो सर वैल्यू सर कैसे सर हो रहा है सर, ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा.
मतलब क्या, हाँ मतलब एग्जैक्टली क्या मतलब, बताओ
सर
आप और बताओ.
जैसे इसके लिखने
हम्म.
का सर फॉर्मेट नहीं समझ में आ रहा सर.
हाँ मतलब देखो इसके लिखने के फॉर्मेट में क्या है, मतलब हाउ टू राइट फॉर लूप यू ऑलरेडी नो.
सर
ठीक है.
फॉर लूप सर पता है सर, बट फॉर लूप का एक तो आप ऊपर में सर लूप रन कर रहे हैं, फिर एक नीचे में रन कर रहे हैं, तो फिर सर इसका मैं कह रहा हूँ सर.
इसको भूल जाओ क्योंकि ये सिर्फ प्रिंटिंग काम करने के काम कर रहा है. ये आप इसको पढ़ो, ये सिर्फ
जी.
प्रिंटिंग का काम कर रहा है. क्योंकि देखो मुझे आखिरी में आउटपुट तो बार बार देखना है जो भी मैं ऊपर कर रहा हूँ. तो ये वाला जो लूप है बेसिकली देखो पॉइंट क्या है, लाइक अगर आप इस लूप को देखो, ठीक है.
यस.
इन दिस लूप आई एम रनिंग द लूप टिल एरे डॉट लेंथ -1. ठीक है.
यस सर.
इस एरे की लेंथ तक चला रहा हूँ. एरे की लेंथ कितनी है, 4. और मैं क्यों एरे की लेंथ तक चला रहा हूँ, बिकॉज इसमें मेरा काम ही है कि ओल्डर एरे से न्यू एरे पे मूव करना है. इन सब पुराने परिवार वालों को नए वाले एरे में मूव करना है. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm writing new array of I, new array of I. ठीक है. So this will be 0. So ये यही स्टेटमेंट होगी. And this will now put this value, मतलब ये वैल्यू इसके अंदर आ जाएगी array of 0 की. तो ये जब लूप चलेगा तो बेसिकली ये सारा न्यू एरे बढ़ जाएगा, मेरा न्यू एरे इतने से इतने तक बढ़ जाएगा. Now
ओके सर.
after when it will be done, now I'm inserting 2 more values, क्योंकि इसलिए तो मैंने ये सारा भरने का काम किया था, क्योंकि I want to insert more values. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is 4 and 5. So 4 or 5 पे I have added 2 more values. Now I am printing, I want to see the all the values of new array. मैं new array की values देखना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए यहाँ पे new array dot length -1. मुझे अब old
ओके
array से
सर.
मतलब, अब जब नए घर में सारे लोगों को मूव कर दिया तो मैं ये देखूंगा ना कि सारे लोग जो नए घर में आ गए हैं कि नहीं आ गए. मुझे पुराने घर से मतलब नहीं, वो तो छोड़ दिया.
ओके सर.
ठीक है. ठीक है. ओके, थैंक यू. So guys, this is the thing, and like यहाँ पे हमने like we understood this part, and अभी आप खुद से visualize करना, खुद से देखना. Okay, I've repeated it lot of times, so when you will just अब आप बैठोगे ना इसके साथ तो आपको काफी सारी चीजें बैठ के ही feeling आ जाएंगी. Now let's see here one thing, like when I'm saying I want to insert something in between, that is in between here, then how will I do it? So basically what I need to do is, you already know that if I want to insert 7 value here, so in that case I need to create a new array. मुझे पहले एक नया array बनाना पड़ेगा. Okay. and this will be my new array 2 6. and what I will do is, जब मैंने नया array बना दिया, नया array will be of a bigger size. And now what I'll do is I will keep on inserting this value. मैं क्या करूँगा, इसमें से इसमें value insert करूँगा. So basically I'll insert this value 2 6, and at this point I will insert this 7 क्योंकि ये 7 एक नई value है. Then I will write 8 and 9. Getting it? So basically what I'm doing here is, in the new array, I'm actually I'm creating a new array, then I'm actually inserting the value, और जहां पे मुझे नई value insert करनी है वहां पे मैं नई value को insert कर दूंगा. Guys, 1 minute. 1 minute. ठीक है. So where I was I? So basically what I was saying is कि अगर suppose if I have like this array 2 6 8 9, तो what I need to do is, मेरे को क्या करना होगा, देखो, I'll create a new array. Okay, first I need to create the new array, and then I know that like first I need to define ki in which position I need to insert it. Okay, and suppose if I want to insert it at the 7 position, तो अगर मैंने इसको 7 position पे किया, so how it will look like? So 2 7 and 6 8 and 9, and just imagine this thing what I'm doing here. तो यहाँ पे basically when I've inserted 7, तो इन सब लोगों ने, इन सारे numbers ने अपनी अपनी position एक एक आगे move हो गए, because then actually it created the space for 7. But this I am doing in a new array. So what I will do is, इस पे हम करेंगे क्या, that like this is my new array, and in this new array suppose it is containing 4 elements, so it will be containing 5 boxes. So now what I will do is I will start inserting the elements into this one. 9 यहाँ पे आ गया, 8 is actually coming to this place, and 6 is actually coming to this place. Now at this point what we will do is, you know that now the next element should be 7. ठीक है, जो next element होना चाहिए, that should be 7. So in this case, 1 second, ये हम इसमें we need to imagine a different scenario. We need to imagine a different scenario. Okay, 1 second. Let's not create a new array. ठीक है, हम imagine ये करते हैं कि suppose what I need to do is, I have this array 2 6 7 8 9, and now we have like few more spaces. So this is a bigger array. ये एक बड़ा array है. Okay, this is a bigger array. And now what I need to do is I need to insert value into this position. मेरे को इस value position पे value insert करनी है. And if I want to insert the value into this position, then what I need to do is I need to move these elements एक एक position आगे. मुझे ये सारे एलिमेंट्स क्या करने पड़ेंगे, एक एक पोजीशन आगे मूव करने होंगे. नाउ फॉर दैट व्हाट विल हैपन, लाइक इफ आई नीड टू मूव द एलिमेंट्स, लाइक एक एक पोजीशन जब मैं आगे बढ़ाऊंगा, सो व्हाट इन दैट केस व्हाट विल हैपन, सो यू कैन सी दैट लाइक इन दिस केस 9 will come here, so this is the empty block. Now 8 will come here, 7 will come here, and now 6 will come here. Now there will be one empty space जहाँ पे I can insert my 5 number. So here I'm not creating a new array. I'm just imagining that I already have a bigger array. मेरे पे already bigger array जिसमें there are some few spaces, and now in this bigger array I want to insert something. Because first, before understanding the new array thing, पहले हम इस वाले concept को समझते हैं कि suppose if I already have an array and if I want to insert something in between, then in that case what I need to do is I need to do the movement. Okay, so if I just take you here and if I copy it and problem 9 dot java. Now imagine that like if I'm copying this and 2468, and suppose after this what I'll do is 24689, and there are, मैं इसमें 2-3 एलिमेंट्स और डाल देता हूँ, ये सब मैं हटा देता हूँ. I'm keeping it as it is. Why? Because I want to see at the end what will be the final printing. मतलब what will be the output. I'm removing this thing also. And now imagine that I want to insert something. तो मैं position क्या होगी? I'm just putting the position here. I want to insert in a position 1. And what is the value which I want to insert? The value which I want to insert is 4000. And what is the one position? The one position is this one. So basically what output I'm expecting, मेरा output ऐसा आना चाहिए 2 and 4000 and 4 6 8 9 and there will be 2 zeros. So basically this kind of output I'm expecting, because at position 1 the 4000 should go. So in that case what I will do, how can I basically like write the code to insert all this element. अब imagine this कि इसमें हम कर क्या रहे हैं. So for now just imagine this thing कि right now I suppose I already know कि यहाँ पे मेरी position क्या है. So this is my position 0 1 2 3 and 4 and 5. Now I'll start my loop from 5 and I will move this 9 to 5 position. मैं इस 9 को इस 5th position में, the 9th this value 9 I need to move here. This 8 value I need to move here. Okay, so what I need to do here is I need to move array in array 5 value should contain array of 4, or array 4 will contain the value of array of 3. Okay, right now I'm doing manually, but इसके बाद we'll apply the logic. So array 3 will contain array of 2, because here I need to do the movement, so that I need to create the space ना. मेरे को 4000 के लिए space बनाना है वहाँ पे. Otherwise space कैसे बनेगा जब तक मैं I will not move all the other elements. Now array of 2 will contain the value of array of 1. Now you know that like array of 1 is now space is मतलब available. अब इसके बाद क्या होगा? Since I have moved all the elements to एक position, so now I have the space for array of 1. Now in the array of 1, what I will do is I will insert my new value. So this is my value. So basically now I have inserted my value and now I can print the array. So if I just write this, and this is my array dot length -1, and now I'm inserting this thing. So if I just print it, now let's see what will happen. Okay, sorry. So now you can see this. What happened here is like the new array which actually got created, जो इसमें new array बना है, it is actually containing 4000 values. So using this logic, what happened? कि suppose this is my array 2 4 6 8 9 000, and in this one what happened, like I moved my 9 to this position, so 9 become came here. 8 I moved to here, so 8 is so using this. 6 I moved to here, so I came here. 4 I moved to here, so till this point I have done this part. Now after that this 4 space is blanked, तो इसके बाद ये ऐसे बन गया. Now this space is blank. Now in this space I'm directly putting the value. And now since you can see that, like, this is the thing. Now, but this is not a generic code, because here I'm writing all these things manually, but I need to write it using loop. So how can I? So let's see. So basically यहाँ पे तो मैंने फिर 4000 डाल दिया इसके थ्रू. So let's see how we can write it using loop. अब हमें क्या करना है, इसको loop में convert करना है. Okay. तो loop में हम कैसे convert करेंगे? Just observe here. From where to where the loop is actually running? From where to? From 5 to 4 3 to 1. So right now I'm imagining that, like, I know the starting point int I equal to 5, and I need to go till I less than equal to 2, and this is a reverse loop. This is a reverse loop. Okay. And I is containing, this is array of I. This is actually, we can say that this is array of I. If I is 5 equal to array of I minus 1. Every time अगर यहाँ 5 है तो यहाँ 1 कम है, यहाँ 4 है तो यहाँ 1 कम है, यहाँ 3 है तो यहाँ इसके राइट साइड में 1 कम है. So can I write array of I equal to array of I minus 1? So automatically it will do all this thing for you. 5, तो यहाँ पे array of 5 and array of 4. Array of 4, array of 3. Array of 2, array of 1. So automatically the loop will go till that point. Now, after doing this thing, what I can do is I will write array of 1 equal to value. So now I'm commenting this code. This code is no more required. And here what I'm doing is, like, I'm using a loop for to do the same task. Okay. So now if I execute it, now you can see that, like, this is the thing which it is giving me output. Now let's make the code more generic. इस code को थोड़ा और generic बनाते हैं. Okay. So here you can see that my code is running till 2. 2 मतलब जितनी जिस पोजीशन पे I need to insert the value उससे एक ज्यादा. क्योंकि if 4000 में अगर ये वाला नंबर आ जाएगा, if at one position, if 4000 is taking the thing, then that means I need to run the loop till एक पोजीशन से एक ज्यादा. ओके. देखो सिंपल कॉमन सेंस है, क्योंकि you already know that, like, if this is the position, basically if this is the position if I want to insert something, so if this is the position if I want to insert something, that means ये आगे चला जाएगा तो मेरे को लूप जो चलाना है वो यहाँ तक चलाना है बस, क्योंकि यहाँ तक ही. So instead of writing this, can I write in a generic way, like कि can I write position plus 1? position plus 1 तक ही लूप चले. एंड हेयर एरे ऑफ 1, सो बेसिकली ऑब्वियसली आपको पता है कि मुझे तो पोजीशन पे ही वैल्यू डालनी है, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ एरे ऑफ 1 जस्ट राइट पोजीशन, एरे ऑफ पोजीशन. सो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग इज वी आर एक्चुअली एडिंग मोर वेरिएबल्स टू इट. ठीक है, ताकि उसमें ज्यादा वो हार्ड कोडेड ना लगे. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि आई एम पुटिंग हार्ड कोडेड वैल्यूज टू इट. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम राइटिंग ऑल दीज थिंग्स. Okay, so this is something like a decrement because this is a reverse loop. People are asking why I put I minus minus. अरे reverse loop है भाई, 5 4 3 2 1. reverse loop कैसे लिखते हैं? So this is the way ना how we used to write. कहाँ से जाना है, कहाँ तक जाना है, and I minus minus. So I'm just using the same fundamental, and then I'm actually printing this value. Okay. Now guys, you need to, अब आपके लिए एक homework है, okay, which you need to do like for tomorrow, and the homework is like, if in the previous one what I was doing is I was इंसर्टिंग द वैल्यू, मैं यहाँ पे एक, मैंने प्रीवियस वाले में क्या करा, मैंने आई हैव इंसर्ट द वैल्यू 5, बट इन योर केस व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज you need to handle the case of deleting. Suppose if there is an array 2 6 7 8 9, 2 6 7 8, and suppose if you are removing something, suppose if you want to remove this thing, so in that case what will happen, ये सारा जो एलिमेंट है 8, ये जो सारे एलिमेंट है ये यहाँ मूव हो जाने चाहिए. Or if I take another case, what you can expect is 2 7 8 9, and suppose this is the thing, this is your array, and suppose you are thinking I need to delete this element, तो आप कह सकते हो कि I want to delete the element which is exist in position 2, so 0 1 2 3 4. So if this element is you have deleted, so not position 2, if instead of position 2 I'll write index 2. So in that case, what will be your final array? The final array should be 2 6 and 8 or 9 will come here, and now it will be 0. Then how will you do this? Okay, similarly होगा जैसे हमने आज insertion का देखा. Similarly you need to solve it for a deletion, and इसको आप try करना. But before that I want to take few questions, मतलब कुछ इससे. One second. Okay, I'm taking one question here from 10.java. देखो इसमें मैंने ना कोई नया एरे नहीं बनाया है, इसमें डोंट थिंक इसमें आई हैव सॉल्व्ड द क्वेश्चन यूजिंग अ न्यू एरे और समथिंग, बिकॉज आई वाज ऑलरेडी हैविंग द स्पेस. तो इस पे मैंने नहीं बनाया, दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन आई वाज सॉल्विंग इन द सेम एरे. ओके, एंड जो न्यू एरे वाला वो हम कल देखेंगे, बट टुडे आई वाज जस्ट टेकिंग द एग्जांपल सो दैट अगर आपको पहले ये समझ में आ जाए, then we will see that कि suppose if there is an array 2 4 6 8 9 and we want to insert more element to it, इसमें तो आप insert कर सकते हो because there are spaces. Okay, but in the new questions, but in the next question what we'll see, मतलब in the tomorrow session we'll see that कि if imagine that like this array is actually containing only these elements, and if I suppose if I want to insert 2 more element, then in that case new array is required. बट यहाँ पे मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ कि अगर आपको इसी एरे में एक नया वैल्यू इंसर्ट करना हो बीच में तो कैसे करोगे. ओके, ठीक है, दिस इज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन विच आई विल बी टेकिंग, एंड दैट्स ऑल. वन सेकेंड. So guys, let's solve some real question. Problem 10.java. Okay, now imagine that there is a subject. Okay, there is a subject and subject marks, and like I'm creating a variable for this, and this array variable is actually containing subject marks. So subject marks is 10 15 19 20 21. So these are the marks of like the student actually got. And right now what I want is I want to find all the like sum of all the subject marks. Then how will I do it? So basically what I need to do is for int I equal to 0, तो मुझे करना क्या है, बेसिकली मेरे को निकालना है ये. If I am saying int sum marks, मेरे को sum of marks निकालना है, and right now it is 0. So how can I do it? So the manual way is I'll write sum of marks equal to array of 0 plus array of 1, sorry, subject marks of 0 plus subject marks of 1 plus subject marks of 2 plus subject marks of 3 plus subject marks of 4. But guys, this is a manual process. Okay, this is I'm doing manually, but this is not right. 0 1 2 3 4, and I can also print it. If I just print the sum of marks, then I'll get it. But instead, how we can do it? I need to run a loop from where to where, I equal to 0 till last index. So 4 is the last index. 0 1 2 3 4. So I will write int I equal to 0, I less than equals to, basically I'll write my array is subject underscore marks dot length minus 1. So this will be my last index. And this is my, now what I'll do is, this is my loop. Now I'll take the variable sum marks equal to sum marks plus subject marks of I. So using this, what I can do is, if I just stop, now I'll do system.out.println. And if I just calculate the sum marks, let's see. So you can see that like what I'm doing is the same loop, and at every time what it will do is it will calculate the subject marks. So let's see if I just show you the dry run. I equal to 0. I equal to 0 matlab sum equal to sum marks equal to 0 plus subject marks of 0. So that is 10. So it will give me 10. Now when I will be 1, so again sum marks equal to sum marks. What was the previous sum marks? 10. What is the subject marks of I? That is 1. Subject marks of 1, that will be 15. It will be equal to 25. I equal to 2. Sum marks and sum marks plus subject of marks of 2. So sum marks kitne hai? 25. Plus subject of marks 2 is 19. Now I can do the sum. So similarly, what it is doing, it is actually collecting all the sum marks. So this is how we can calculate the sum marks of it. So what I'll do, I'll write, if I execute it, Java problem 10.java. Now let's see what will be the output. So it is giving me 85. Now what if I want to find the average? तो अगर मुझे एवरेज निकालना है तो मैं क्या करूंगा, यहाँ पे डबल एवरेज इक्वल्स टू सम मार्क्स डिवाइडेड बाय the total count, how many elements are there. So I can directly write sum marks dot length. जितने सब्जेक्ट हैं टोटल, जितना सब्जेक्ट मार्क्स के एरे की लेंथ है, so it will give me an average. It will give me an average. So I'll just write system.out.println, and this will give me an average of marks. So you can see that like it is giving me an average. Okay. So guys, this is the, like this is for like if you want to find the all the subject something. Everyone understood? So in today's session, what will happen? Mirza will take more question on this arrays topic, and I hope you understood the basic fundamental of arrays. What is index? Okay, and how can we can access the element of an array, and if I want to find the sum and all this kind of thing. So yeah, guys. So that's all. And yeah, in today's session, what will happen? Mirza will take all those questions where you were having the doubt. Yes, Vishnu.
Hi, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I have doubt for this previous question, not for this. I have added a new value in a given array. Then we can remove one value for add a new value.
नहीं 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 नहीं, ऐसे नहीं क्योंकि देखो आप like if you want to add a new value, then
Yeah.
imagine that that data is very important for you. ठीक है, वो data आपके लिए काफी important है. And it's not like कि suppose if new entry is coming, imagine that like कि you know that कि अगर आप कुछ order करते हो, if suppose you are ordering something from Swiggy or any platform, सो इट इज नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग कि ओके आपका डेटा इंसर्ट करने के लिए किसी का डेटा डिलीट कर दे. So it's only I'm giving you the situation, I'm giving you the problem statement. Like suppose if I give you a problem statement that you add, if you need to add a new element into some position. Okay. So in that case, you don't need to think कि मेरे को कुछ किसी को delete करना है. But if I'm giving you another problem that in this array you need to remove something, so explicitly I'm giving you this problem statement ना कि in that one.
Yeah,
So
this means add any new value, then exchange the position. Then means we create a new array like a 0 0 0.
राइट. तो
That's
अगर
possible.
हाँ, तो मैंने इस वाले केस में ना, मैंने एक्चुअली जानबूझ के इस वाले केस में आई हैवंट टेकन अ न्यू एरे. व्हाई? क्योंकि मैंने जानबूझ के इस एरे को पहले से बड़ा रखा एंड मैंने एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस पहले से रखा. नाउ इन दिस सिनेरियो आई आस्क्ड कि ओके इफ आई वांट टू इंसर्ट एट पोजीशन 1 4000 देन व्हाट यू विल डू, है ना?
Yeah.
सो जो न्यू एरे वाला कंसेप्ट था ना, वो आई हैवंट अप्लाइड हियर क्योंकि यहाँ पे अभी मेरा एरे इनफ ही था. बट इफ सपोज इमेजिन कि अगर मेरा एरे सिर्फ इतना होता है एंड इफ आई एम सेइंग दैट यू नीड टू इंसर्ट दिस 4000, तब तो जगह ही नहीं थी, तब तो नया एरे ही बनाना पड़ता, है ना? सो दैट एक वो एग्जांपल एक बार हम देख लेंगे कल. बट अभी के लिए वी अंडरस्टूड दिस थिंग कि ओके इफ वी नीड टू इंसर्ट समथिंग देन हाउ वी कैन डू इट.
Okay.
तो अभी के लिए आप एक बात ध्यान रखना कि सपोज इफ यू वांट टू डू इट, इफ यू वांट, अगर आप स्टिल करना चाहते हो, ठीक है, then what we can do is if I just remove this and I'll create a new array, int new array and equal to new int, and suppose if I create this array of 8 size. okay, ये मैंने नया array बना दिया.
Okay.
Now after creating this new array what I will do is मैं एक लूप लिख लेता हूँ यहाँ पे ताकि इसके सारे एलिमेंट ना इसमें आ जाए. For int I equal to 0, I less than, this is the old array I plus plus, and in the new array what I will do is I will insert all the array values here. ठीक है?
Okay. Okay.
इसमें क्या होगा, ये सारे के सारी वैल्यू इसके अंदर आ गई. अब नाउ I can do all this operation. Now I can apply all this operation on the new array. क्योंकि अब इसमें तो लग ही नहीं सकता ये मूविंग का तो
Yeah.
इसमें लग ही नहीं सकता. Why? Because this array doesn't have that enough, मतलब वो ना.
Okay.
Instead of this I'll just write new array. This is the thing. So first I moved all the elements to this one. Then I want to insert something. So I start movement. मैंने जो नया array था उसी में ये सारा ऑपरेशन की ये चीजें कर दी. And this is the.
Yes. Yes.
ठीक है. Okay. Thank you, Vishnu. Yes, Ashish.
Sir, I have doubt on problem 9.
Problem 9. Okay.
Sir, in for loop, int I is equal to 0,
This
and
one.
next for loop int I is equal to 5. Sir, both for loop
हाँ.
int I is equal to 0, then next for loop int I is equal to 5. Then
हाँ.
how it is possible same variable define int I in same class?
अच्छा. तो बेसिकली ये पॉसिबल ऐसे है ना, क्योंकि ये दैट थिंग वी विल डिस्कस लेटर, ये आगे जब आप फंक्शंस पढ़ोगे. बट अभी के लिए आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू अ ग्लिम्स. ओके,
Yes, sir.
this int I equal to 0, this this is actually inside this for loop, right? Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अब now the life of this int I exist inside this bracket also. मतलब इसकी जो जिंदगी है ना वो सिर्फ इसी के अंदर तक है. मतलब जैसे ही ये for loop खत्म होगा ये I भी उसी के साथ मर जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
But if
But sir,
suppose
but
imagine,
sir, starting out
but
early.
but imagine that अगर मैंने int i यहाँ पे बनाया होता, ओके, तो इस i की जो जिंदगी है वो यहाँ से लेके बेसिकली यहाँ तक है, एंड तक है मतलब.
Okay, sir.
And now when I'm creating the variable inside this, na, so what is happening? So it is creating a variable, but when this loop is done, so वो I चला गया, मतलब अब उसकी वो नहीं है. फिर when again this I this loop is creating, so it is again creating a I variable for that. बट ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि आपने सेम ब्रैकेट के अंदर मैंने सपोज इफ आई एम डूइंग दिस थिंग, लाइक सपोज इमेजिन कि int I have written here, then I am writing int I again. Then in that case it will give me an error. Okay.
Yes, sir.
एक ही ब्रैकेट के अंदर दो int I नहीं हो सकते, बट इसमें ये इनर ब्रैकेट है बेसिकली, ये इनर इसकी जो लाइफ है वो सिर्फ इसके अंदर है. ठीक है.
Okay, sir. Okay.
ठीक है. ओके, थैंक यू गाइस. लाइक मीट यू टुमारो. बाय.